Kilby, Kennedy, and Bridget fight to stay in the game. And for once, all three are fighting. Now on Big Brother Cheesecake 7, Chocolate Heaven. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. It's day 42 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Michael is the head of household. He nominated Kilby for eviction, and Kennedy also went on the block for choosing the white Lindor, the yellow M&M, and is the second initial nominee. And Willy Wonka nominated Javier for eviction. But Javier won the Golden Power Veto in the Big Brother Deal or No Deal Golden Power Veto competition, chose to use it on himself, and Michael nominated Bridget in his place, which means either Kilby, Kennedy, or Bridget will be evicted tomorrow. Who will it be? You'll find out tomorrow. And what will their plea speeches be? We'll find out shortly. But first, I want to congratulate all 10 of you for making it to the halfway point. Today is day 42. It is halfway, and you're halfway, just about to 85 days, and I am so thrilled for the 10 of you that you made it this far. It's a big accomplishment too, because most orgs are 30 to 45 days, so most orgs would be ending about now, and we are just halfway through. There's going to be 9 house guests left after tomorrow, and jury is just starting, and so there is still so much game to play. And this season, not only is it very exciting, but it could really go in any direction for the remaining 43 days of the game. This was when, week 6, last season, Jit was evicted over Steven, Mbop formed, and it was pretty much over. But I have a feeling this season, the second half will be far, far, far more unpredictable, and I honestly can't wait to see how it plays out. So, well done, everyone. A reminder that the head of household competition, the house guests were originally told 9:30. Owen had a play or something. I think he's doing that one where, remember Joey on Friends when he was like, all you want is the shinkle, but you envy the clang, a thing to which you can tinkle, or something you simply let hang. Yeah, I think that's the play that Owen's in. But so he asked for 10:30. The house guests agreed overall. So we are doing it at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight on Zoom. It should take about 20 minutes. It is a classic competition, but I have changed it up a little, and it's going to be very, very interesting. I think the viewers are going to have a fun time with this one. Voting is also open to evict Kilby, Kennedy, or Bridget from the Big Brother Cheesecake house. Voting will close at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. You must vote in the format I vote to evict, name, or your vote is randomized between the other 2 nominees. Once again, you must vote in the format I vote to evict, name, or your vote is randomized between the other 2 nominees. Michael is head of household, you're not eligible to vote, and Kilby, Kennedy, and Bridget as the 3 nominees, you're also not eligible to vote. Okay, so there was one little piece of drama yesterday. We have not had a lot of drama this season. RJ said it really early on, week 2, that this is a cast that loves each other, and overall that's great. It has made it a little slightly under-dramatic, but that's okay. There's still 43 days for potential for drama. But when Bridget found out that she was going to be nominated, she decided to leave a group chat that she was in, obviously with Michael as one of the people in them, since Michael was putting her up, and she said to me, and I quote, "Put me leaving that chat in the episode. I don't give a fuck." And then in the next message she said, "Fake ass alliance." So I thumbs upped her. I said 10-4, and here it is. So she said, and again, I quote, "Put me leaving that chat in the episode. I don't give a fuck. Fake ass alliance." That's all I'm going to say about that. But obviously that alliance then did chat afterwards, and Michael nominated Bridget. I do believe he did nominate her as a pawn. I don't think she's the target, but we all know in Big Brother pawns go home, so who the hell knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Then Bridget alluded in the group chat to, I have some secrets if you want to know them, message me. Those weren't her exact words, but it was something to that effect. Or, I'm really excited about this next phase of the game with you all, which of course kind of alluded to her leaving that chat. Next up, Tom went to a Chinese buffet in Kelowna that I was at last year. Curtis, if you haven't been, you should go. I think it's called the 88 buffet. Here's a picture. That looks absolutely amazing. I would eat literally everything on that plate. And I love that Tom put 2 green beans at the bottom to be healthy. Like, let me just put 2 green beans, and then after that, I'll add all my MSG. I love it. It was so good. Yeah. Next up, we have the Lindor sampler. We have somebody who added wedges to the wheel. Let's take a look.
I try to do this fast. So, my favorite chocolate chip cookie. I'll do it the right way this time. My husband's homemade chocolate chip cookies. So, kids are fighting.
They're mine.
I'm hiding from them. So good. So soft. So chewy. I got the third free wedges. Not that the wheel's gonna land on me anyway. Bye.
So Brooke adds 3 wedges to the wheel. She now has 7 on the wheel out of 24. But that's about a 1 in 4 chance. A little better than a 1 in 4 chance, but she still won't get landed on. Unless she wins HOH when she doesn't need it. Watch that happen. But yeah, so she has 7 wedges. I forgot who has what, but remaining, like the people who can still have wedges to add, it's only 2 people now. Callum has 2. Javier has 7. Currently the wheel is full. If somebody is evicted with wedges on the wheel, then I will post it tomorrow, and you can potentially add wedges tomorrow for Thursday's Lindor sampler. Yeah, and Brooke, okay. I asked Brooke, I told her that her husband needs to make me, her hot husband, by the way, Paul, needs to make me chocolate chip cookies because apparently they're homemade and delicious. And she just laughed at me. And I'm like, that's not funny. That's not funny! But yeah, so it was quite rude. I only had 7 Craig's cookies today at work, so I clearly need more cookies. But anyway, okay, so let's move on now. I said there was going to be a twist revealed for next week. This is not a massive twist. It's actually something that I came up with last week, so therefore, because it's not even part of the original predetermined twist, it's very, very minor. It's not likely to change the course of the game. It could, but it's not likely to change the course of the game. What happened was, and I'm not even doing the twist sound effect or the twist, the twist theme, the lights going off and everything, because it's not that big of a deal. But for week 7, there are 3 new Lindors at the Lind store. I, of course, went to buy chocolate bunnies and Lindors and all that and spent, God knows, some outrageous amount of money. There are 3 new Lindors. One of them is almond butter, and that was in the U.S. 3 months ago because the U.S. gets everything first. So that one wasn't even new to me, and that is a good flavor of Lindor, by the way. The other 2 Lindors that are new are maple and raspberry. Now, they marketed this as raspberries and cream. Give me a break, okay? We all know it's raspberry. Duh. So these 2 new Lindors are going to be part of a special Lindor sampler next week that will take place on Tuesday, so a week from today. Only the 5 house guests who are voting are eligible to pick one. After Monday's episode airs, the window will be open, and unlike in the regular Lindor sampler, this is first come, first serve. There's no random draw, there's no wheel for this. It's whoever is first to message gets it. The head of household and the three final nominees next week, are not eligible. Again, it's just the 5 people voting. I've not yet placed what's in them, but it will be randomized. One of the 2 contains the words or the phrase, double your vote, which means you get not 1, but 2 eviction votes in next week's Week 7 eviction. And you do not have to use those 2 votes against the same person, but you do have to use them that week in that eviction. The other Lindor, I'm sure you can guess, has lose your vote, which means you will not cast an eviction vote at all. Again, they're first come, first serve, which will be next Monday, and then I will air what happens on Tuesday. In the unlikely event that only one person plays and they get to double their vote, then we will have 6 eviction votes. In the unlikely event that one person chooses to play and loses their vote, then we will have 4 eviction votes. I have a feeling, since the 5 people who are voting are all safe, because at that point the veto ceremony is over, I have a feeling they're all going to go for it. But you never know. It's optional, and who knows what's going to happen. Obviously, it depends next week on who's in power, who are the 3 nominees, is your vote, how critical is your vote to helping save somebody who you may want to save and your own game, versus how much you're willing to just gamble it to see if you can get a second vote and then maybe make more influence with that. Or maybe you just don't want to be involved. Who knows? I will reveal, well, actually, because it's public, you're going to see, you must publicly post in the group chat once I announce on Monday that it's open that you wish to eat one of the Lindors. So everybody in the house is going to know who went for it and who didn't. So that's it. Very simple. It's not a big twist. It's only going to affect the game if the vote is close, in which case then it would affect the game. But at least I'm telling you all about it now. It only happened because there were 2 new Lindors, and since this is the most twisted season yet, I figure let's put a small twist in. Okay, I think that's everything. It is now time... I think I got through everything. It's now time to get to the final plea speeches. So, Kilby, Kennedy, Bridget, in just moments, your house guests are going to be able to cast their votes to evict one of you from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house, and one of you, that person, will be the last person not to clinch a spot in jury. So it's very important that you try to sway their decisions now with one brief statement. Kilby, you're up first. Of course, Kilby is the one that I open up last. Of course. Oh, it's me, Kilby. I like some of y'all a lot. If you like me, you should keep me so we can keep being pals. Game-wise, I think it's smart to keep me because I'm obviously just going to go after Michael, and he's going to keep going after me. If you're not Michael or me, that is really good for you. Whoa. I am with my friends in Ottawa this week, so I'm a little busy, but more than happy to chat here and then. Okay, thank you, Kilby. Kennedy, you're up next. Oh my god, I can't believe there's 2 new Lindors. There's a maple Lindor and there's a raspberry Lindor. That's so exciting. And then I have all the Lindors. And then I drove to that place in Tennessee. There's Bob Evans in Tennessee. Makes really good sausages. IHOP is really good sausage. They have almost French toast. I don't know whether to get French toast or pancakes. Pancakes have more milk in the batter, so that makes me sick. But French toast, they have the fried thing on the egg, and that's really exciting. And I love the Windjammer on the Royal Caribbean Shoes. They have lots of breakfast selections. But I also like IHOP. And you can make a case for Denny's, and there's all this other places. But then you can make the case for a home thing. There's nothing good that better than breakfast in bed. I love breakfast in bed. Whenever I sleep around with a guy, which is not very often. I don't want to say I'm a slut, but I'm also, every now and then I like to sleep around. Breakfast in bed is so crazy. Oh my god, I saw Josh Wayne this past weekend. Oh, I love him. He's so exciting. And I was in New York. New York is so amazing. I was going to go to Toronto. Thank God I didn't go to Toronto because they had that big power outage and the internet outage, and I don't carry cash. And Canadian cash was I don't understand why is some Canadian cash blue and then there's purple and there's green. I don't know. I just like American money. It's very simple because you got those old racist people on the American money. It makes so much more sense. But anyway, morning y'all. My plea is that I feel like I've had a lot of y'all back in the past, and I'm really really needing you to have mine now. I really don't want to go home because I like white chocolate. I was all excited for the stupid wheel, and now that screwed me. I do feel like I'm kind of on the bottom sometimes. I'm not as social as some of you, and that's okay. But I really do want to keep playing. Because if I get voted out this week, I will never, ever, 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 ever eat white chocolate again. I think that's the name of the Taylor Swift song, right? We will never, ever, ever eat white chocolate again. I think that's how it goes. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Bye. Thank you, Kennedy. Bridget, after 42 days, the halfway point, it's time to hear what you have to say. I'm Bridget, aka Miss Piggy, and here's my plea. Honestly, being put on the block has woken me up, so I feel excited about the chance to keep playing the second half of the game with y'all. I think there's some obvious power players left in the house, people who get shouted out as threats to win in every single extra whip, and I'm clearly not one of them. Plus, I have to put myself on the block soon anyway, something I would have considered doing this week if I was asked. I'm open to suggestions on how to use my shit power in a way that might benefit some of your games as well. Love, Bridget. Kilby, Kennedy, or Bridget, who will be evicted and will become the last house guest to not make it to jury. Find out tomorrow and who will rise to power and become the new head of household. I'm Andrew Shensing Moonbest. Take care, and remember, no dinner at the Olive Garden is complete without Dandy's creme de menthe. Good night.